All right. So we're live.
I really felt like that SpongeBob thing where you're just like, he was sneaking into Patrick's spot and he's trying to be really quiet and everything just starts like making all this fucking noise. Like, you're like 10 seconds. I'm like, crap. Anyway.
All right. So today is 11/11/2020. How about that?
How about that, bro? We made it?
I don't know. We haven't made anything yet, my dude. The only thing we've made is, I don't know, whatever you left in the toilet this morning when I went down it, my dude.
Yeah.
We've been having a pretty good day hanging out. I think the most glaring thing we've had today was watching Dave Chappelle's monologue.
Dave Chappelle's speech.
Yeah, he did like a monologue on SNL a couple days ago. And it was very good. It was quite good.
Yeah, man, he definitely hit a lot of. He people have been saying that this was controversial.
Well,
because,
some people could take it that way because, like, some of the things he's saying, you could take offense to if you happen to fall into that skin color category, but not necessarily the behavioral category.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, of course, the way he said it also, it kind of makes you feel like immediately if you're part of that demographic.
Maybe.
Like, hey, well, I'm not that guy. Well, you got to understand, he said a white person. He didn't say all white people.
Well, I guess for people who wouldn't know, Dave Chappelle obviously is a comedian. If you don't know who Dave Chappelle is, you've never seen the Chappelle Show.
You're not alive.
You haven't seen the Chappelle Show. You're not a fucking American. Quite frankly, it's fucking hilarious. He's probably the funniest man alive. He's really funny. Dude. But, like, he was making a shitload of jokes about Donald Trump, talking about more or less how he went out, man.
Or actually the election.
Period.
Just the whole process. Stuff before.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Joe Biden's president. Everybody didn't already know that.
Right.
Or he's going to be president.
Congratulations. Maybe. Hey, I still said hostile takeover.
You think it's going to be
January 20th yet.
You think it's going to be Civil War? Captain America.
I tell you what, bro. The election was close.
Was it really?
It was fucking close, bro.
Was it like a popular vote thing?
Like 50. Well, no. I mean, Biden won them both.
Yeah.
It's like 290 to like 217 so far.
That doesn't seem as close. Well, okay. I guess,
but but that's the electoral college.
Yeah,
but the popular portion of it is like 50 to 47.
Ooh.
That's how close. So that means that a lot of people, and like one thing that Dave said that I was like, he was like, you got to remember half the country still feels this way. Now you can take that shit however you want it. That could mean half the country still feels that Trump should be president, which is whatever it is, depending on who you are.
Hey.
And it could also mean that, hey, we voted this motherfucker in at one point, and there's still half the country that's sour about it. No matter how you think about it, it's still half the fucking country. And that is, that makes me feel, I'm feeling some type of way about that, as I know a lot of black people to say.
Well, I take solace in knowing that most of the people who voted for Trump are probably too fat to take action.
Except for maybe the ones that are on the highway running down buses and shit. There's always them.
Well,
and bro, that's half the country. That means young and old. Blah 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 blah. People are treating this shit like McDonald's. Like I don't ever go to McDonald's as you're sneaking the fucking McGriddle. Stop it, bro.
I go to McDonald's for breakfast.
There's a reason why they keep bringing back the McRib.
Oh, that shit's disgusting. Shame on you, America.
You may say that, but a million people don't. And guess what? I'm one of those people. I think the McRib is fantastic. It could just be, I like barbecue sauce. You could probably put barbecue sauce on cardboard, bro, and I'd be okay
you want
with
barbecue
it.
sauce? Take some sugar, take some ketchup, mix them together.
I'll buy it from the store.
Congratulations.
They do it pretty good.
They do it pretty. Yeah, there's
plenty of different ways, bro.
I'll concede that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Todd, last week when we recorded, I feel that I was very personally harsh on trannies. Let's just say trannies. And I hate to keep coming back to this thing because, well, you know, I have friends.
This is our first apology tour. Okay.
Well, no, I'm not fucking apologizing. I'm not sorry.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for the jokes I made. You know, I just want to make you motherfuckers laugh so that you realize that you're not special.
That you'll be okay. It's just,
that's it. Like, just you're not special. Yeah. Like, well, you know, because I've got some friends who I made a tranny joke, and they got offended. They were like, "That's not okay." You know, sex and gender are different, and you know. And I'm like, this. You know, okay, sure, whatever. You know, no one's willing to really push the subject because no one wants to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
And I think that. Well, okay, I don't really want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I don't want to be shut down because I'm afraid to make a joke.
Right, man. I mean, if you don't talk, how are we ever going to know anything? It's the only way you're ever going to figure out what anybody's thinking. You know? And if you don't like it, come back with something stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it shouldn't come to fisticuffs.
But that's always the thing.
How the fuck old am I?
Well, not necessarily pugilism, let's say.
Jesus Lord.
Pugilism, let's not necessarily say like coming to fists, but like trying to silence people for their opinions or for what they say.
Yeah.
So this brings me to something I saw in the news the other day, and I'm trying to look it up right now. It was like, so there's a new video game that came out called Watch Dogs Legion. And the premise of this video game is it's London that's been taken over by like a really strict security company in the wake of terrorist attacks. So the whole point is that, you know, normal people, you can recruit pretty much anybody in the game to go fight the fascists. However, so it's pretty cool. It looks like a fun game. I haven't gotten it yet, but I don't want to pay $60. So... But the story I saw was that apparently a voice actress who did some lines in the game, which has very anti-fascist overtones, was taken out of the game because of some sort of tweet she made that was taken as offensive by transgenders. So because of what she said outside of her work, they took her out of the work that she did. They took her out of the game.
Yeah, that's ruined everyone's life.
And that's literally fascism.
That's literally what you don't want people to do to you.
Yeah, and the irony seems to be lost on so many people.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like we're at with a lot of these things. It's like you get offended and you want people to shut up, but that's the problem. Is like if people shut up, they're going to get together and just say it behind your back.
Well, it just creates, yeah, absolutely, but it also just creates more animosity.
You know,
when you let these whatever words or phrases or whatever actually affect your life, like he just said something or she just said something. And now she lost her job. How do you think she's going to feel about that particular group of people? Is she right about all of them? No. It was just a select group of people that actually made some noise. Sad to say. But like, this isn't solving any problems. You can't ruin somebody's life just because you don't like what they say.
Yeah, and that's what cancel culture is. So I found it. Let's see. This is from Game Rant. Let's see. Watch Dogs Legion is removing Helen Lewis voice lines from the game due to controversial opinions by the reporter herself. So, like, she only lent her voice to a couple of, like, in-game voice lines or some shit like that. But she said something transphobic, and so they took her out. They were like, yo,
Yeah, let's do that, man. That's helping. That's helping, man.
Oh, boy.
Well... There you go, man. It's a lot of people.
And it's to appease a seemingly very small fringe minority with a lot of, you know what I think,
with a loud voice, because most people are just chilling, sipping some tea, bro, or a beer,
like,
or whatever.
If people gave as much of a shit about bombing kids in fucking Middle East as they did about trans rights, the world would be much further along. Any rights?
I'm sick of it. All.
Well,
and like that, even that thing about Dave Chappelle, like what he said, like about it's like all white people. Nah, it's not all white people. That's not what he meant, by the way. I can confidently say if he meant anything, it's not that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I know.
And when he said that stuff about black people, they probably all went hooray, hooray. Like, black people, don't, come get your nigga lessons. Like, it's like, yeah, but, all black people, they're still crackheads. They're still, the ones that were on cops with the wife beaters. That's why the name of the shirt is a wife beater. Because of all those motherfuckers that were on cops getting arrested, beating their wives, bro. They aren't the ones we need leading us. You know what I mean? And the ones breaking down targets and doing all that shit. And I understand that was all across the board, but that was black people too. So we got idiots on all fucking sides. So black people don't know. Smart people know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, here's what I will agree with him on. It's just easier for us to get it. And people may not agree with me on this, but when you're slapped in the fucking face with reality just because you're alive, it's really easy for you. It's a lot easier for you to get it. You can still get disillusioned by that. You can still get thrown off and be personally affected and not realize that it's the culture that's doing it to you. But right before I even knew what racism was, back when I thought, look, if my girl my hair, I was going to look like that white dude's. Like, I was getting pushed around the playground. I was getting choked out. All these crazy things were happening because of race. So what I mean is, like, you can be, if you're a white dude in a white school, that shit can pass you the fuck by, dude.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's going on. You're just in your corner, probably in your own personal hell. Nobody wants to talk to me. Whatever circumstances you have. I didn't mean to make it sound like they aren't shit. But like, all I mean is like, that's in my face. I know. Like, I walk out of the door and who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows, bro? It could be a cop. It could be a fucking robber. We're looking on all sides.
That sucks. That's where I really, like, get off with, like, when people talk about white privilege. That's where I realize, like, okay, you have a point. Like, because for whatever reason, white people don't have to worry about that. Like, I don't know. Maybe Asians don't have to worry about that, too. I don't know. But whatever
they are
it is,
their own set of problems.
You know what I want? I want everyone to be treated as they perceive that white people are treated. Like, that's what I want. I want everybody to have that exact same quote-unquote white privilege.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't want the cops to pull anybody over just because he's black.
Yeah.
I want the cops to pull somebody over because he was going 50 in a 20 in a fucking school zone.
Yeah.
Right? I want the cops to do their fucking job.
Yeah. I
that's it.
The fucking sad part is that we need cops.
Oh, we most certainly do. But
that's
you know what?
Sad.
Blessed are the peacekeepers.
Yeah, but it would be nice if peace could just be the thing.
Right. Fucking baby steps. I don't know. Maybe we're on our way. Maybe we've been on our way.
The more babies that are made, the less chance that has of happening.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Everyone's
waiting.
ideology just gets spread thinner and thinner.
Yeah. I'm waiting to go to space because, like, in 100 years, if we...
By all means, let's just spread it out there, too.
No. What I'm talking about is,
have
like...
the stars fighting each other.
When we go to Mars...
Fuck you.
When Elon Musk colonizes Mars, it's not going to mean... Like, race isn't going to mean as much anymore, right? In 100 years, it's going to be Martians versus Earthlings.
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to find different reasons to hate each other.
The indigenous Martians are going to be like, we're the Indians. I mean, we're the native. We're not
it's like,
Indians. We're fucking native Martians. Fuck you.
It's like, this is our dirt. That's all it is. It's like, that was our dirt.
Whoever would just shut the fuck up.
Fuck your corn. We grow potatoes here.
Like I said last time, we're all going to die.
Yeah, we're all going to die. Do you really want to hate people your entire life for nothing? Like, there are people with actual grievances in the world where you can blame somebody else for your problems, right? Like, the dude who, I don't know, the dude who got hit by a fucking car and now he can't walk. Like, he got hit by a drunk driver and now he can't walk. Well, he can blame that drunk driver because he was belligerent and he did something wrong.
Yes.
You know? Or the woman who got raped, she has actual grievance to hate her rapist. Mm-hmm. You know, fuck that guy, obviously.
Yeah.
But...
yeah. I feel something for the drunk driver, possibly, depending on his story.
Victimhood.
Even though he should have just fucking not got behind the wheel.
Yeah, just pull over to the side of the road, fall asleep for 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Now you killed somebody.
Broke his fucking legs, mangled him. But like, what was my point? My point was, like, victimhood isn't something to be, isn't something to aspire to. Mm-mm. I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to act like a victim, especially if I haven't been victimized.
No, and that's a portion of where there's people in the middle. Like, just because it might be easier to reach reality, by the way, it's just as easy to think you got it. And if you think you got it, well, you don't fucked up right there, baby.
I think you got it. Oh,
getting it is a consistent process until death does you part. You need to keep working on that shit, you know. But like, that's the reason why we're doing this podcast, my dude. Yeah. It's because on your side, objectively, looking at things, you can see the distortions on both sides. Maybe not all the way, but if someone makes you aware of it, you're like, huh, yeah.
I'm willing to look at it. Same, I'm willing to look. Here.
We all have our hard truths.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And if you feel that way, it's hard to break you out of it. But hey, present me with something better, and I guarantee you, I will give it a fucking
same here, man. Like I'm personally
learning to get better.
I'm always personally willing to let my worldviews be challenged.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it because it gives me something to think about, and it keeps me from thinking about killing myself.
Yeah. And like Trump was a piece of shit.
Yes. Yeah, he was an asshole. I read something.
After all that was being said.
Dude, I read something so interesting. Like, you know how there was a big hoopla for a long time about, like, Trump putting kids in cages and separating their families for, like, immigrants or, you know, illegal immigrants who were caught crossing the border. So, interesting thing. And by the way, before I'll preface this by saying that I'm not an advocate of putting kids in cages at any point or separating people from their families. However, something interesting I learned was that the cages that were used, like this policy was started by Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Now, I'm not, let me just continue before anyone freaks out, right? So they put these cages in place to separate these children from the people that brought them over the border because they found that a lot of these kids weren't with their actual families. And in a lot of cases, these kids were being ferried back and forth to pose as, families to get people over the border. Now, whatever you feel about illegal immigrants, I feel for people always looking for a better life, especially in America where we have a lot of good shit, bro. It's pretty fucking awesome compared to a lot of places in the world.
Yeah.
We got problems, but not some of those problems. Now, whatever you think about illegal immigration, there's one thing I think we can all agree about is that the people who are ferrying these poor immigrants back and forth are not good. I think they call them coyotes. Right, so they work for the cartels and they're human traffickers, and they'll treat them like product. They're meat. So a lot of these kids were getting like raped while they're being ferried back and forth along the border. So they would separate these kids, put them in cages, and that apparently Trump's use of it was far more liberal than Obama's, but. There you have it. It made me think about it a little bit more because I was like, well, shit, I wouldn't want them to be put in cages, but I don't want them to be fucking used by these cartel monsters either.
Yeah. I mean, that's just another...
There's a lot of sides to it.
To the,
holy shit, there's a lot of sides to it. There's so many sides to it.
There's always so many sides to everything.
And it's like all these people just trying to find a better life are just caught in the middle. They're caught in the middle of these people trying to... use them as a product, as a business to ferry them over the border. And then you got people on our side who both want to help them, and then a shitload along the border who are like, send them back.
That, and then you also have people here that are willing to use them, like, and that's a portion of why people are mad. Oh, they're taking our jobs. It's like, no, people are giving them those jobs because no other people will take those jobs. You know what I mean? So it's.
See, that's the part I wonder about. Like, if you're
or depending on the situation, man. It all depends on every situation.
Yeah. But the part I worry about with a lot of illegal immigrants is, like, just that, exploitation. Like, you're bringing in, like, I guess you would call it, like, a third-class citizen that you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want to. Or you can be like, well, I'm going to call immigration, and they're going to send your ass back over the border, Jorge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fucked up in a lot of different ways. And it's like, how do you protect these people from exploitation? That's the question. It's really hard.
It's a case-by-case basis. Yeah. I mean, and also, like, those cages things, man, like,
and it's like, no matter what you do.
How do you get into something like that? How are you a kid that is used in that way?
Bad luck, man. Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
So many different
Yeah, and at the end of the day, this is something that I know so little about, and two stoners fucking sitting in a studio apartment in fucking Honolulu.
My brain is stewing right now.
Yeah. I don't know, but that's just what's been on my mind. Is like there's goddamn, it's just so many different shades of gray, man.
Bro, I just think we need to look on the fucking floor and sweep out our own house.
It was just clean up your own shit, make your own fucking bed for starters.
Like every American needs to do that. America needs to do that. Like there's so much shit. Like I was about the
animals.
Yeah.
In zoos?
God, yes.
All right. So we were talking about animals in zoos.
Jesus Christ.
So animals in zoos and how they occasionally get loose, or maybe someone falls into an enclosure and beats the shit out of a kid or tears him in half, and then you kill the animal. Well, I think we came to the conclusion that not having an animal in the cage in the first place
probably prevents the whole thing.
Probably better.
And then maybe the solution is not to kill the animal. Like, well, we captured it, we took it out of the wild, or it's a product of something that we took out of the wild. It's being a wild animal, so the only humane solution is just we gotta just fucking kill it because it was being an animal,
right?
Bro, you were being a human. Maybe that's why you got killed. Maybe you shouldn't have been praising this thing behind a fucking glass. How would you feel if you were behind a glass? You know what I mean? Maybe you feel a little bit different than the animal. I can tell you one thing. You wouldn't be happy.
Probably not.
And that thing is not happy. Or it's hungry. Or it met some piece of shit that was like, oh, you ain't getting this chicken. You know what I mean? Because he's mad about his life at home.
Yeah. Like the whole thing just makes me think about Harambe, the gorilla.
And he's dead, right?
Dicks out for Harambe, bro. Like that's what put us on this timeline was them shooting that fucking gorilla. Some little kid, so I don't know, it happened back in 2015, 2016. Some little kid fell into a gorilla enclosure, some zoo in, I don't know, was it Ohio maybe? Yeah, we talked about this before, maybe not on the podcast, but some might not know. So anyway, Harambe dragged this kid around the enclosure. Didn't really hurt him, but he was, and they shot him. They shot the gorilla. Killed him. And that was it. Harambe's dead.
There were no tranq darts available, why would there be no tranq darts available?
I guess they thought that if they tranked him, he would just fucking rip the kid's head off, and they didn't want to take the chance.
Oh, so there were. They just didn't want to do that. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that was the.
But that's one of those situations where that's complex.
Yeah,
that sucks. But it would have been eliminated if we weren't praising captivity yet again.
Well, I mean, but then there's also, conservation. You have captive animals for conservation is an incredibly important thing, Todd.
Absolutely.
Ridiculously.
So get them out
Although
there.
I think my argument would be well, then just don't put them on display in zoos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes, man. Watch the Discovery Channel like everyone else. Or risk taking your ass out there and getting your ass killed.
On safari.
You know what I mean? But by no means should something be behind a fucking cage.
Yeah, and this is coming from someone who really enjoys going to the zoo and seeing animals in person. It's
it's amazing. They're amazing.
We have the internet now.
Yeah.
You can pretty much get most of the experience minus the smell.
Yeah.
By just...
And the possible
mauling. Yeah. By just Googling Sumatran tiger or nene goose. The last time I went to the zoo out here in Honolulu was my birthday. And I went alone because I had no friends. I don't remember what number it was. I smoked it away. I got super hammered, super high before I went to the zoo by myself. And I was walking around the zoo, and my favorite, the only thing I really remember are the nene goose, which is, I guess, the state bird of Hawaii, right? Right. So these birds are just chilling, man, picking berries off the floor. And every time they picked up the berry, they would just go honk. And then another one would find a berry and go honk, honk, and that was it.
I got the berry.
Yeah, they were like, "Yo,
I got the berry."
They're like, "Yo, I fucking got some delicious berry, honk."
Mine.
Yeah, and that's a lot, But even then, those birds probably wouldn't survive on their own.
Yeah. See, with this, all right. So there you. Okay.
You know, like they're really cool to look at.
What are you gonna do with parrots and shit? Like, there's parrots out here. This dude just picked it just flew out of a tree and like flew into his hand, and he took it home. And that was it. The parrot was like, "Sweet, you're going home."
I was standing outside of my workplace, just eating like a sandwich before I had to start, right? And these two sparrows flew up, and the sparrow. I have two thoughts here. A, I could probably tame that sparrow and make them my sparrow friends and be like a beastmaster.
I was on a sparrow.
And B, my other thought was like, holy shit, like a common sparrow looks exactly like a Pidgey from Pokemon. But, only Pokemon homies know what I'm talking about. I don't even know. Yeah, it's a bird. It's literally just a bird.
Yeah.
It's a bird. It's a bird. Like, and you look at a sparrow and it's like, oh, that's a Pidgey.
It looks just like it.
Literally.
Dude,
that's the whole thing about Pokemon is like people are like, oh my god, Pokemon are so cool and creative. It's like, no, they're literally just regular animals.
Yeah. Dude, I saw a baby hippo. Like, they got all these things with animals now.
Oh, they're adorable.
It's a big thing. But this thing looks so fake, yo.
A baby hippo?
It looked like the dinosaurs on the first Jurassic Park look more real than that baby hippo.
Word.
It was just like, it looked so animatronic, but it was a real fucking hippo.
Mm. They're really adorable until they get bigger than you.
And people are really good at making shit look real.
Oh, yeah, man. It's crazy now.
That thing it was so real, it looked fake.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like how you can just... Literally, okay, so this is a meme that I've been meaning to show you for a while.
By the way, what you said about hippos, yes.
Oh, they're fucking terrifying.
The worst things ever.
They're monsters.
Makes me afraid to go fishing, bro.
So you know Bronn from Game of Thrones, obviously, right?
Of course.
So one of the memes that has been popping up on the internet that I've been seeing lately is like Bronn's face being like imposed upon other movie scenes. So it's like the popular thing is like, I'd fuck her. Remember that? Yeah. Yes. That's one of his most famous lines. I'd fuck her.
Yeah.
So like if anyone posts a picture of like an attractive woman, they respond with a picture of Bronn.
Oh, okay.
And then the next the next step was to take Bronn's face and just superimpose it upon other things like The Rock and fucking Scorpion King or some shit. And I'm trying to find even a single example for you. Mm-hmm. But it's so fucking funny, dude. Like, you've got him on Forrest Gump's face just, like, running along the goddamn football field.
Okay.
Why can't I find it? Memes. I love them. Well, memes are an interesting form of communication.
Generational gap, I suppose.
I suppose, but you know what? In 10 years, I won't recognize what the kids are saying.
No.
Neither of us will, and that's the crazy part.
You'll still love memes.
Probably. No, as long as there's
still... You guys don't know what memes are.
I don't know what memes are. I'll tell you what a meme are. It's the troll face guy and raid guy.
Yeah, tell me some shit about The Rock and Bronn. You're going to have to explain to them what fucking Lord of the Rings is. I said Lord of the Rings and not Game of Thrones. Oh my god, I said Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so something like that, except usually you can find like it animated. Where it's literally, god damn, why can't I find anything? Man.
Want to.
I do want, ain't that a thing? Ain't that a fucking thing, man?
And you're not Jamie from Joe Rogan.
Hey, man, that dude's had years of practice.
Yeah. Give it a year.
Well, I don't know, man. What else is there to even go on about? I mean, Joe Biden won the presidency. Trump, he had his, I don't know. Did he give a concession speech?
No, he gave a I'm going to sue everybody. This is fraud. It's not over. Speech.
Really? He gave
instructions to not concede and to not sign whatever, the transition of power papers.
Oh my god.
The divorce papers from the White House.
So this is what I'm talking about right here. Look at that. So that's Leo from Django Unchained?
Yeah.
And then they just put Bronn's face on top.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Actually,
there are so fucking many of theirs.
Okay, people can probably look these up. They'll probably enjoy them.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
What is that from?
I don't know.
How did they give him blackface?
Well, no, the actual image. Oh shit. The actual image is a black gentleman, and they put look at that on Dr. Evil. on Dr. Evil.
Oh, they just gave him the mustache?
Yeah, like, no, they...
like the thing.
Like, it's technology now where you can fucking superimpose someone else's face onto a different face. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it. I guess you call it deep fake. I don't know. Something like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Look at that. He's Kenshiro. What were we talking about? Damn you, Braun. With your gorgeous face.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
But have you ever just completely switched the subject? You ever gotten calls from these like loan people?
No.
People trying to
get like scam calls.
Yeah, like, you know.
Yeah.
We'll help you with your credit and all this bullshit.
Yes. Often. Too much. Too often. I hate them very, very much.
Yeah, dude. And I got this. The one thing I also hate is people trying to like mind trick you. You know, it's like trying to like get you to like wag your tail.
Okay.
Kind of like it's like. So this guy starts off. He starts off. Yeah, we're just responding to something. I don't know, maybe something I did on the internet, whatever, like maybe a survey or something like that, and
well, I think you could call that more along the lines of like a cold casing thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, or whatever. They could just be bullshit. I mean, they're just calling me. Whatever.
It is bullshit. Bottom line is, that's what they are.
That's how he started, and then like, you know, they just, what's your name, and so what purpose would you need a loan in this, and then so he's like, oh yeah, so we're putting all this in. We're gonna get the numbers going. So while we're waiting for that, so how would this like change your life and everything? Getting you to wag your tail, bro. Like you're supposed to like, well, this would do. It's like trying to trick you. Like, well, I could do this and I could do this and if this happens, it's like, bro. I was like, I'm not that. Like
not that dumb.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not that. Well, I just said disillusioned, bro. Because it can mean many things, and I was like, I'm not that. So we'll just skip that. Oh, okay. I was just waiting for him to ask me for money.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, he's like, yeah, so we'll get you to the loan people. But just to get your credit, we're just going to need a small deposit of $495. And then later on, we can talk about, you know, you doing these other things, and that'll be $125. And then we can do this and this. I was like, okay, let me just stop you right there, my dude. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a small payment of this, you know, because sometimes I understand you need to get your loan thing. Now he's making it seem like I called them, you know. So we're just trying to. I was like, it doesn't matter. Like I was like, look, there's no point in even fighting back and forth about how I feel or what you're trying to convince me to do, bro. I was like, look, I'm just going to stop you there. You're not going to convince me. So I'm sorry. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry for wasting it.
See, Todd, you're nice to these people. When I get a scam call, I treat them with unchained hostility.
Well, I have sometimes high blood pressure. I gotta.
I treat them with unchained hostility, bro. The last call I got was from this dude saying he was from like Publishers Clearinghouse. And it was the most low energy bait you've ever heard in your life, man. He was like, "Hi, I'm David from Publishers Clearinghouse. How are you today, sir?" Yeah, like, so, you know, immediately, and this was the first thing I heard when I like woke up. He woke me up with this fucking call. I'm like, Dave, well, you know, you woke me up, bro. Like, what can I do for you today? And he's like, wow, we're Publishers Clearinghouse, and I'd like to inform you that we won some money. And I was like, oh, that's fantastic, Dave. I'm like, that's fantastic. I was like, what's my name? He was like, I'm just like, Dave, I know you're not supposed to say this to people. I was like, Dave, I want you to go kill yourself, you piece of shit. And he's like, and the dude responded to me, he's like, well, sorry, you can go lick your mother's pussy. And in that moment, I had a little bit of respect for the guy, just because, like, he, you know, I'm
doing a job, you fucker.
No, he's not even doing that's not a fucking job, Todd.
Okay.
It was prank calling people, scamming old people. Like, he's trying to get some old lady on the phone, hoping he can get her social security number to scam her fucking pen. Yes! Probably. I don't know. I don't care. He shouldn't be calling me because this is like the third or fourth call I've gotten from this fucker. The same dude. I can tell. I'm not dumb.
All right.
So I told him to go fucking kill himself. He tells me to eat my mother's pussy lips, and I'm just like, well, I would, but I was too busy banging your sister, your mother, and your grandmother last night.
Should have recorded this. Sounds like a good exchange.
Fuck that guy.
Put this shit on YouTube. Make some money.
But he made me laugh. And in that, you know, I still just like, dude, you make a choice, right? You know you're fucking trying to scheme with people. You know,
he gets paid to do that, right?
He's getting paid to scam people. Sure, good for him.
So it's his job.
Fuck him.
I hear, but why don't you fuck the system though?
Well, fuck his boss too.
That's
fuck all of
the
them.
whole point. Look, they make these jobs so easy to get. There's a lot of these people who were in jail or if you said same guy, he sounds kind of creepy. Sorry, sorry for him, but he sounds kind of creepy. You know,
sounded quite creepy.
How many jobs do sex offenders get? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how many jobs can a lot of people get coming fresh off of whatever or almost without ID, no social security card? A telemarketer's job, that's what you can get.
Yeah.
So I know people who've done this and they don't like to do it. They have you read off of a list. They give you a list of people.
Mm.
You read off that list, and every day you do the same list, and you cross someone off, you get another person added. It just goes like that, bro.
I see.
And some people get off on it, but like the thing is like they're pushing a credit company.
Mm.
It's a company they're pushing. They're the ones who are trying to scam you. They're the ones who come up with this algorithm that tries to trick you, that make these drones fucking regurgitate it.
I see.
They're drones.
Well, now I feel just a little bit bad. Just a little bit.
No, I don't feel bad because it's. I mean, that's part of his job, and he got a good story out of it over a beer with his homies. If he's any type of a human, but he could just be a creep, and in that case, maybe he fucking deserved it. Look, sometimes when I go out of pocket, I'm like, you know what? Hey, nature's nature, bro. Sometimes shit just happens. Sometimes lightning struck the tree. It just is what it is.
That's really what I miss.
And I just leave it up to fucking whatever fates. Like, if I got mad in certain situations, if I need to apologize, fine. But if I got mad and I'm just like, at some point I told that teller to go fuck himself, maybe they needed to fucking hear it.
Maybe. Yeah. That guy definitely needed to hear it. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck anyone out there listening who may be like a telemarketer. If you know you're scamming people and you're not helping anybody, fuck you. Fuck you. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your house. Dishonor on your fucking cow, man. Like, fuck you.
I tip your cow.
No one needs you. The world does not need that shit, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The world doesn't fucking need more botflies. Doesn't need goddamn yellow jacket wasps swarming you every goddamn day. Doesn't need that shit. We don't need parasites. Well, I don't know. Maybe something does. I'd have to look up like a goddamn biosphere ecosystem goddamn circle of life thing to figure it out.
Help somebody, I guess.
Fuck him. Fuck him.
It sucks though, dude. It sucks.
I know it sucks. I'm sorry.
Like, I get mad at the people.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Well, I tell you what, man. He could be like one of those. Sounds good, John Doe, or
Dave Gallagher or Gilmore.
Like
Dave Gilmore is the fucking guitarist for Pink Floyd.
Like the people at Subway.
Yeah.
Dude, like, all right, they got the thing where it's a certain amount of meat.
Mm.
Like they have your little measuring cup or the meat in the bags.
Yes.
You know, it's all portioned out, only 2 pieces of bacon.
Subway was my first job, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
You don't got to tell me nothing.
But freedom, a little bit more freedom with the veggies.
Oh, it's wonderful.
You know, you can kind of just fluff it on there if you want. And they love, a lot of people that love to pile up, they love piling on that lettuce, bro. So a lot of time, like light lettuce.
You know what? Sometimes. It's helping them because that shit's fiber.
Yeah, well,
these motherfuckers are probably fat
and I
anyway.
appreciate those people because if you're working within the system, you need to realize something. Most people coming in there, especially you see him coming in there, he got a little shit on his jeans, or he's coming in there in the suit. Trust me, bro, he's not walking around, especially in Hawaii, in a suit because it makes him feel good. He just came from a security job. His feet hurt. He just wants to grab a sandwich and go home.
Yeah.
So give him a few extra fucking veggies. And that's why I like those people that do pile on the stuff. Hey, lighten up. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Lighten up. I'm going to put a couple dollars in the tip jar for you. But like
that's why
those people who fucking like give you 3 tomatoes on a foot long You know what I mean? Like give you one piece of lettuce to go across every piece of, it's like, my dude, you're plugging yourself into the wall.
Who shit in your cornflakes? And I've had those days when I was working at Subway. I was like 16 years old. That was my first job, was working at Subway.
Well, you don't know anything at 16.
Oh, yeah, you don't know shit at 16.
You're just going to be mad.
Yeah, I was just pissed off. I was like, man, but at least I'm making some money. I can buy my own video games now. Yeah. So, you know, but like those days where you're putting little bullshit on those sandwiches, it's just, you're mad. You're just mad. You're mad at the world. You're mad at yourself mostly. You're looking for somebody else to blame.
Yeah, to take it out on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's legit.
That's the reality of most people who work in pretty much any job. If you have a day where you're sandbagging it, it's because you're really just mad at yourself.
Yeah. Well,
maybe you're mad at someone else.
Consistently mad at herself.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw her, I was like, I either walked out because I didn't want to take the time to tell her twice to do everything, or I just knew.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to do can you put tomatoes? More, please. Can you put peppers? More, please.
Yeah.
Can you do this? More, please.
And then they're going to go, yeah.
So, it's the body of work
for
me. I understand you had a bad day. But, we come in here all the time. By the way, I always put something in the tip jar. Always. I was a server. So, no matter what, I got to pay it forward.
Yeah.
And no matter where I go, if there's a tip jar, I'm putting it in there because I know you dealt with plenty of assholes before I walked in. Which means also I'm definitely trying not to be an asshole. So if you're being an asshole to me and I'm going in there, fuck you for real.
Yeah. It's amazing how many people get by on other people just paying it forward though.
Yeah, that's true. So
that's kind of like the whole restaurant industry in Hawaii.
Yeah, so if you're if you're skimming on that shit, it's like, bro, we're all fucked. Yeah. Don't you understand? Already, you're fucked. You're working at Subway.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm a server. I'm just a little bit less fucked than you because I get more tips. We're all working and grinding it out, bro. Somebody's got their foot on all of our necks. They just have they have a little bit nicer shoes and not cleats. They got cleats on your face. But what I'll help, I'm helping you out. I'm trying to take the pressure of the cleats off. I'll put a couple dollars in your Subway jar. You can't give me 5 tomatoes for the foot long. What's wrong with you? Are you not human? Good Lord. It's Subway. They're already making you do the meat that.
My greatest hope.
Try to be human. I try to stay human as much as I can. A true pour, at least, if the boss is watching when I was a bartender. And if you ain't watching,
you put a little bit more.
And he gives me a little bit extra tip. We're helping each other out. He's like, man, I need a family shot. I'm like, I feel you, dog. I feel you, baby.
I said 2 fingers.
He's like, I got a family of 4. Ooh, I got you.
Let me spice it up a little bit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's take the opportunity to be fucking human because they're going to fuck us anyway. They're going to fuck us anyway. And I'm sorry, by the way, boss. If you're hearing this, I love the old true pour in a little hot chew sometimes.
Yeah, I love that shit.
I love when the bartender does that shit to me. Yes. And trust me, he's going to fucking get back what he deserves. I also feel like I should get the luau a little bit more of a shout out than I gave it last time because I basically just said it was all shit. And that's not true. Everything's always complex. So it wasn't like they always had store bought this and sometimes they took the time. We had a restaurant that they cooked some of the things in. It's not like the holy chicken was not traditional most of the time.
Everything in Subway comes in a bag.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about this luau though.
Yeah,
but everything Subway is water and flavoring.
It all comes in a plastic bag. Bro. The lettuce comes pre-shredded in a plastic bag.
But this is supposed to be a luau, so I just want to say. And then, by the way, the dancers, they work their asses off, bro. Yeah. From the time I started that place until the last day I was there, my favorite thing about that show was the fire knife dance. And that was those two. There's this little dude, he was 12 years old.
Dang.
And bro, he was already they have a fire knife championship, did you know? Well they do.
They've got pole dancing championships.
Well, fair enough. So he was a junior champ. Hold on, let me. No, actually, go ahead.
Well, no, I remember this girl that I went out with on a couple of dates, right? And she was into pole dancing. She had a pole in her apartment. And sadly, I never got to see it. Because she told me one day while we were hanging out that they were, like, putting pole dancing in the Olympics or some shit. And I was like, well, yeah, they're talking about making video games an Olympic sport, too. And she gave me the dirtiest look I'd ever seen in my life. I was like,
you just delegitimized her job.
Yeah, I was just, well, no, it wasn't, well, I don't know.
Her passion.
Her passion, certainly passion. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, she gave me the most sidewise look, and I was like, crap.
Never know to see that pole.
I was like, wah, 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 wah.
All right, well, next, I'll see myself out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I was like, damn it.
Well, yeah, so, like, and by the way, there was a lot of stuff that went into that. Into that luau room. Like every day we were there 2 hours early setting things up. And that's if we didn't have tents to set up because of bad weather.
Yeah.
You know, this particular guy who hopefully at some point he comes in this podcast.
Cool.
Like he put a lot of heart and effort into the team. And one of his goals was to, you know, always, he liked having young people there that showed ambition, you know. Like everyone didn't always agree with his methods, but, you know, he was always trying, bro. He was always there. And, yeah, bro, I mean, I worked there for a year. If there's a place that I'm going to be at for a long time, it's probably because there's something about it that I like.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, and for whatever circumstances, sometimes we didn't always have time to get the restaurant food. Sometimes whatever, I mean, to get the thing made for the night, you know, however it goes, my dude. Look, so I don't want to say too much about it because look, it's not fact. Like the shit I'm saying, a lot of times I'm just talking shit too.
Yeah.
So I don't apologize per se, but I just want to put it out there that.
I mean, what's the tagline of our podcast is talk shit, get hits.
That's true.
Really?
That's true. But if I do piss somebody off, I just want it to be, I don't want to just be like, well, he fucking, you know, birds
like,
up
no,
his ass.
we can diffuse. We can certainly diffuse. It's like we're not trying to really fuck with anyone here. We just want to talk shit.
Talk shit. And I'm a fucked up individual myself.
Oh God, I'm massively fucked up.
Boy, we'll unravel that fucking pile of shit beans, you know, as we fucking move on.
The shit winds are blowing, Randers.
Fucking shit winds are blowing, bro.
The winds of shit.
This is a full blooming shit butterfly, bro.
Fucking shit blizzard.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Shit butterfly effect.
Yeah, America's in a shit blizzard right now.
Creating ripples of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like we're all fucked up. We're all really fucked up. And we're all gonna die. And the conclusion I come to is like, am I gonna spend my life being afraid of what I'm gonna say or afraid of hurting someone's feelings, which you're always gonna do because there's always gonna be somebody who's offended by something that you're saying.
Absolutely not.
And it's like,
but if I give a shit about you,
then I'll make some concessions, sure.
Yeah,
but like, by and large, don't expect me to change everything about who I am to accommodate your fucking life choices because you're not gonna do that for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like
it's got to be legitimate. The thing is, I just don't want to be full of shit.
Yeah.
You know, any more than I already am.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and
we're just being honest.
And part of this, pick me apart, bro. Please. Like, if we ever get to the point where people start sending us comments, I'll be like, well, hey.
Oh, I remember now. Remember why I brought up my beautiful half black white friend?
Yeah.
It's because we used to make fun of each other, and one time I told him that he looked like his dad left him when he was a kid, and he told me that I looked like a school shooter, and we both fucking laughed because it was hilarious.
Yes. That was a conversation we were having before the podcast.
Yeah, man, and it's... Oh, was it? Oh, fuck.
Yes. That just all blended in.
Oh, yeah, it blended in. Yeah. But, like, I've got, you know, a friend of mine, like, he's mulatto. He's got a black-ass papa, white-ass mama, and, like, he's gorgeous. Like, the perfect mix of both, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, we used to hang out all the time, play video games, fucking great friendship. Then anyway, we used to make fun of each other all the time. This is all coming back around to just wanting to talk shit about people.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, do I hate the man? Absolutely not. Love him. Love the man. Love him. Friends. Always. He told me I look like a school shooter, and it's so fucking funny. Because it's like, hey, man, yeah, I guess so.
You know, you're wearing the outfit.
I am wearing the outfit, man. The glasses, the shitty haircut, skinny and pale, play video games all day. Yeah.
I could have made a Degrassi reference.
Right?
You know, about you.
I fit the profile, man. And I can't help but laugh. Like, I'm not offended.
Yeah, as I'm sure. I fit several profiles depending on what hat I was wearing. Believe me. You know?
It's just like, okay, can we all calm down and just laugh at ourselves and then laugh at other people? Because comedy, I think, is always at somebody's expense. Now, comedy is always at somebody's expense.
The best comedy is.
Yeah, like, comedy is always at somebody's expense. Like, if nobody's getting, tripped up, hit in the face with a pie, slipping on a banana, or just, having some sort of misfortune falling on them that we find humorous, like, it's not funny.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. People trip upstairs. That's some funny shit.
It's funny
as long as they
don't break their neck.
Yeah.
And even then, depending on how they fell and who it was, it may be funny.
Yeah, if it was Pablo Escobar,
Well, yeah, that would be
pretty funny. That's some funny shit, dude. Stubbing your toe, yelling out in a particular way, somebody falling off their bike. My dude, like, I've laughed at myself while simultaneously crying.
Yeah.
Depending on the position I found myself in, picking myself up off the ground. It's hilarious.
That's just life, bro. That's life.
That's life.
That's life.
We're going to do that a lot, aren't we? Joker was a good movie.
It was a good movie. Plus, I just like that line and that song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's a good song.
It's a good song.
Well, I was telling you earlier about, a time there was a girl who had a crush on me when I was a little kid, and she picked on me. And then one day, her older brother and his friend threw me, they beat me up, they roughed me up a little bit, and then they threw me in a fucking bush. And the next thing I knew, I was looking up at a clear blue sky thinking, what the fuck just happened to me?
Yeah.
Got up, brushed myself off, couple nicks, couple scratches, couple scrapes, and I'm fine. I'm fine today, man. Like, am I going to be angry at that older brother, 15, 20 years later? Yeah. It's like, he threw me in a bush.
By a girl.
Damn.
Her younger brother, who was a piece of shit, was fucking always coming around me talking shit, like buzzing around me like a little yip dog. Mm-hmm. And then, she was like 2 grades older than me. He was like a grade under me. And so the older kids come out as I'm like chasing after him. I think I might have caught him. And then next thing you know, this motherfucker turns around. I turn around. I see his chest because she's like a foot taller than me. Like, what? And then...
Fun fact, girls go through puberty earlier on average than boys.
Yeah. And I was a little shrimp, too. Like, I was 99 pounds in 6th grade, bro. Damn. And I was in 3rd grade. And she was in 5th grade, So she's like... she grabs me and, like, kind of moves me. And then I try to push against her, and she's like, don't even think about it. And then... I try to push again, and then she grabs my arms, bro, and just fucking does the old Goku swing me around like my feet are in the air.
A fucking dragon throw.
And then just lets me go. Like
airtime. She got you with the old Super Mario 64 spin.
Bro.
Yeah, she caught Bowser by the tail.
Air spin, fucking skid across the gravel, my dude.
Word.
Oh, so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Like, who cares that she was a foot, taller than me? Like, she was a grown man as far as I'm concerned.
You got beat up by a girl.
I got beat up by a girl. I just threw gravel at her, so that was my redeeming thing.
That takes me back to, like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There was this girl who, like, started around the same time as I do, but she was way more devoted than I was. Oh. So, at one point, like, we had both gotten our blue belt around the same time when we sparred together. And, early on, I was able to beat her simply because we both didn't know much and because I was stronger. Come back a year later, she's fucking putting me in a bow and arrow, and I'm like tapping out. I'm like, this chick is,
She's Ronda Rousey.
She was formidable, dude. She actually went to like a world tournament and won first place in the light belt division. So I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Like devotion, passion, like it goes a long way. I don't underestimate women for shit.
It can transcend.
I don't estimate women.
Gender. Absolutely.
There are 2 reasons I don't underestimate women, Todd. There are two reasons. Because
they got babies.
Oh yeah, well, there are a couple of reasons. But two main reasons I wouldn't underestimate women is because if you get clocked on the jaw by just about anybody in the right place, you'll go down. Yeah. Like, no matter how big you are. Like, it's just the uh-oh button. You hit it and uh-oh.
You go to sleep.
And then the other reason is because men have an ingrown weakness of getting kicked in the balls.
Right.
And no matter what, I mean, you can know how to protect your balls, but it comes back to the lucky shot principle. And then I guess the third part would be that guns exist and women could shoot us. But I'm not, they
come up with far more sadistic things to do if they know how to get creative.
Yeah, I think a woman's greatest weapon is her nagging voice, though.
Story, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I don't remember the names of the people involved in the blender story, or not the blender story, the garbage disposal story. But it's pretty much the same thing with Miranda Bobbitt. But the finality of it, there was no piecing that back together.
That's tragic.
There's no technology.
It's tragic.
Yeah,
we have the technology. We give him a RoboCock.
There's all that, but dude, as far as naturally speaking, physically in whatever best, like in whatever sport you're in, or we're just gonna have the advantage. Yeah, But there are there's Ronda Rousey's out there, bro. Like. There's
Amanda Nunes.
There's Amanda Nunes is up there. Jesus Christ. Bro, for old people that used to watch boxing back when like Christy Martin was out there, she was like one of the only ones who was still kind of a woman. And she had a fucking chin on her too. Bro. But then Lucia Riker, Layla Ali, bro, go ahead and
George
stand
Foreman's
in front of
daughter?
them. Frida Foreman.
She could take a hit.
She could throw.
Yeah, she could. That woman had that fucking
George
stone hands.
Foreman
Jesus.
Weight behind her, my dude.
Jesus, Frida Foreman.
And Ann Wolfer, one of the most savage knockouts I have ever seen. She took this 6'9" woman off her fucking feet.
Oh, was that the one you showed me? Like the
Ann
kind
Wolf,
of the one that
like
street woman.
Shuffle,
yeah, the kind of she gave me some Allen Iverson vibes.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead and walk up to her without your hands up,
shaking it like she's fucking Muhammad Ali in the corner.
She just lifted a woman off of her.
That woman was
the size
massive.
Of a man.
She looked like the woman version of Dolph Lundgren. I would need a ladder to climb that woman. You
Seriously,
know what I mean?
Bro.
What was her name?
Human being, I don't know.
Oh fuck, what's her name?
Dolphina? No, sorry. She was from good old US of A. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that ended her career.
Vonda Ward.
There you go.
It was Vonda Ward.
Not far off. Might as well have been. I am Vonda.
Vonda Ward.
I will break you.
I will fucking cut you in half with my fist.
She got fucking toothless after that fucking.
I would chomp on your head with my vagina.
Oh, Jesus.
So, interesting fact. Apparently, some vagina can grow teeth. I don't know what the condition is called.
There, Alex.
Well, I'm just okay. So it was something I looked up.
They have teeth. They're demons.
They're demons. You're gonna tell me that Hillary Clinton is a goddamn demon? You'll never be God. You'll never be humanity.
Oh, that dude is.
That dude was wild.
Amazing. What a diamond wrapped in shit.
Yeah. He had an interesting run for sure because he was on YouTube for a couple of years and he got massive and then Sandy Hook and now he's persona non grata everywhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he still goes a road and I appreciate him.
Really? He hasn't been on like a year.
He was.
I'm waiting for him to go back on Joe Rogan.
He was on Joe Rogan, and he was actually supposed to be on the show they did for the election, but I don't think it happened.
How long? I gotta look it up. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, because it wasn't too long before that, man.
Those are probably some of his best podcasts. Is whenever he's got fucking Alex Jones.
Bro, he was
because as far as I know,
the
the last time I heard Joe Rogan moved to Texas, right?
Yes.
And then I'm pretty sure Alex Jones lives in Texas anyway.
Yes.
Big fucking place. They could be, days apart, but
yeah, that's why he was saying he was going to be on the show.
I would love to see Alex Jones.
It was 3 hours. Alex got drunk as fuck.
Oh, he always
and
does.
Tim Dillon was on there too. Bro, bro,
golden.
Tim Dillon is like an Alex Jones Jr. Like he reminds
me of Sean Penn's fat older brother, Chris Penn.
Chris Penn.
Oh, he's dead, isn't he?
He's super dead.
He's super dead.
Yeah.
Corky Romano.
I just remember him from Beethoven's Second, and that might be horrible.
He was in Tu Wong Fu. I love that movie.
What?
You know what? For anyone who says I don't like trannies and shit, Tu Wong Fu. Well, no one's saying that yet, but they will. Like someone's gonna say it eventually. Someone's gonna say it eventually. Tu Wong Fu.
Here's my rebuttal.
Yeah, Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Great fucking movie. You had Wesley Snipes, John Leguizamo, and fucking
Patrick Swayze,
the gem himself, the King of Kings. Patrick fucking Swayze, beautiful man.
Yeah.
And they made sexy bitches, bro.
Well, Wesley Snipes, I'm sorry, his arms were just too big.
He's so
like
big.
A gorilla
dude.
In a fucking apron, bro.
Vanita Smith. I think that was her character's name.
So, and John Leguizamo looked like a woman.
He was fantastic. He was that perfect, like, Brooklyn queen trash.
Yeah, no.
It was fantastic. And Patrick Swayze was flawless. Like, just the opening scene where he's, like, putting on the fishnets and shit.
Was so believable.
He was beautiful.
And when he beat the shit out of that, did he headbutt somebody?
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Chris Penn because Chris Penn grabbed his balls.
Dude. Oh, my God. That movie was fantastic.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Tu Wong Fu. Fucking look it up if you've never seen it. If you don't like trannies, well, this will change your mind.
Yeah.
But it won't change your mind about the ones that scream in your face and get angry at you, probably. Because it's just not the same. Like, let's make the distinction, you know what I mean? Yeah. They're the ones who are like everybody else who just want to chill out, smoke some dope, eat a bag of chips, and watch, I don't know, Game of Thrones when it didn't suck. And then there's the ones who are going to scream in your face and get angry over every little perceived aggression.
Yeah. Dude, what if everything was like the movies? Like a good True Blood scenario where there were actually like shapeshifters and shit. Do you know how crazy this fucking world will go?
That would be so fun.
I think it would be. And I would love to be one just as much as I would love to be human.
It would be far more ambiguous for sure, because then we wouldn't worry about stupid bullshit like black and white and Asian.
No, they'd just be getting mad at all the shapeshifters.
Yeah, we'd just be like, them fucking vampires. Yeah, they're fucking our women.
My cattle.
God damn it, they ate my goats last week.
Smoking my weed.
Yeah.
Raping our women.
Next thing you know, they're going to want their dead kids to go to school with them. Good thing they can't have kids.
Yeah. Twilight would be a whole different thing. It'd be an outlawed book. Outlawed series. Don't even get me started on witches.
Right.
If they could actually prove that, a lot of things wouldn't be.
Oh my God. People were so...
Why? Yeah.
People were so dumb a couple hundred years ago that we thought that witches were a thing. I don't know, because we had naked women dancing in the woods. It's like, yo, why don't you just join them?
First of all, look,
you might get your dick wet.
I'm too stupid on all sides, like the religious side and the it's all horseshit side. I'm too dumb. Who knows what the fuck is out there? Like, frequency is a thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows where the fuck we go when we die? Is someone just sitting on the outside of the window? Hello? Crying? You know what I mean? I don't fucking know.
I love when people...
Like, it's just you... What I mean is I'm not saying witches are real or any of that shit. I'm just saying...
Sadly.
Bro, I'm just saying... I've seen people do some dumb, freaky shit. Some shit where you're like, that motherfucker's possessed. You know what I mean? They're not possessed, but what the fuck is wrong with them?
Yeah.
You know? What the fuck is wrong with them, dog? Like, I mean, there's just so much crazy shit.
I think of
out there, bro.
How interesting it is how people can apply today's moral, call it commonality, compared to a couple hundred years ago or whatever, where it's like, you know, maybe you had a horse and buggy if you were rich.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or, you know, if you had food for the winter, you were doing pretty damn well for yourself.
Yeah, like
but then it's like, you know, you get mad at people because they say, I don't know, something that triggers you, something bad about a certain group, you know, put X or Y, fill it with whatever you want. You're like, fill in the blank, and then apply it to 200 years ago, where you think that if you lived in that time, you would be any different from them.
Yeah.
Like, if I had been living in 1776, I'd be shoveling shit for 12 cents a month, maybe.
I would think the worst...
If I didn't die of tuberculosis.
Yeah. I would think I mean, we wouldn't be getting out of it, because I don't have that gene. Like, I don't have the I want to fuck anyone over gene to get what I want. I don't have the I am so great at what I do that I have no choice but to become this gene. Like this that just keeps you driving.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have the thing that I'm going to have kids and I'm going to make them do the fucking thing. All that stuff. I'm just like, well, Why don't we just take it easy? A little bit. Like, I do want to make money. Yeah. I do want to do that. You know, but when I really think about it, bro, I don't want to be fucking famous. Nah. And I don't want to be rich. I don't want people coming after me. I just want a fucking lake with a dog, maybe a decent fish. And I want to be able to fish too, by the way. But I also want the fish. I'm sorry, fish. You don't know what's going on. Just be in the bowl, chilling. I'll feed you as I'm eating your cousins. Yeah. I want a lake out there. You know, I want my fucking pickup truck.
Well, what you're describing is like,
I just want to chill, dog.
Yeah, you just want your own little piece. Yeah. Like, I think it's fair for everybody to want their little piece. It's when you come for other people's pieces.
Yeah, but there's enough. Even with all the fucking people on this planet right now, bro, there's enough for everybody to get a piece.
Yeah.
There's a reason why that crazy tribe in the Amazon is like, stay the fuck out of here.
They've got it good, man.
Get them, because guaranteed somebody got there.
They've got it good.
Somebody went there and they fucked it all up. Like, half of them died from some shit like they did with the Americans, you know?
Yeah.
And they were like, bro, no. They were like, set up whatever you... Like, we survived this shit. We can't survive another hit.
Yeah.
We don't know, bro. Get them the fuck out of here, bro. Be eating their fucking necks as the other ones are running away. Like, you fucking go all savage on them, bro. Make them not even want to fucking come here. And I would probably rather be in that savage town, to be honest with you. At least everyone there's a savage. We can all be savages together.
You know,
they probably have their own set of fucking problems.
Well, once
Savage A and Savage B.
Yeah, man. The same. They'll have their fucking alpha monkeys who are trying to fuck everything up.
House savage and the fucking field savage.
Yeah. Oh my god. well, you know, if everything goes tits up for like modern civilization. If everything goes tits up for modern civilization, those are the people who are going to survive it all. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because they're going to know how without fucking, you know, they're going to know where to find clean water. They're going to know how to hunt for food. They're going to know how to fucking grow food.
Or they can already drink salt water.
Yeah. Or they'll, you know, just evolve into fish people with all the nuclear fallout.
2 stomachs like cows.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think cows have 4.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Don't have 1.
I'm sorry. I can be a smart ass.
No. That's fine.
Yeah.
4 stomachs. You're right.
4 stomachs. Good for them.
Yeah. A lot of stuff. No, fuck. It's a good thing they have to pay for food.
Right. Good for them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that would suck.
Hey, man, they live
and then thinker and have to pay for that shit.
They live and then they get to be. Oh man, think of how horrifying the existence of a cow would be if they were smart enough, like, to realize, like, oh my god, you can
just see it in the chewing, Brad. Like, they ain't thinking about shite.
Yeah, they ain't thinking about a damn thing. They're like, this grass is pretty good.
Yeah.
That dude over there. He's
all
right.
That cow, chew, grass, chew, water, chew.
Is that a dog?
Chew.
Oh, he's gonna eat me? No, that dog's cool.
Chew, baby.
Is that a cat? Is that cat gonna eat me?
Someone's grabbing my cow titties. Yeah. Chew. Like, just...
People feel bad for cows, and I feel bad for cows.
Yeah, and no one should be... Just because something can think or not never gives you an excuse to be horrible. Okay?
Yeah.
So...
It's like you don't have to be mean to them. Yeah. It's like if you love the cow and you ate it.
What we consider as humane. Yeah. What we should consider as humane. You know, not what we consider as humane, because that means dolphins. That means SeaWorld and fucking circus.
Yeah.
And that, to me, has never been acceptable.
Yeah.
Even though I've been to SeaWorld.
I've been to when I was a kid, my favorite place in the world was like SeaWorld or Sea Life Park, whatever the fucking place out here in Hawaii is. Mm-hmm. That was my favorite place. And then as I got older, I was like, oh, those poor dolphins.
Yeah, who knew?
The fish I don't care about. Fish are just fine because they're stupid as shit.
No, they're just fucking...
They just swim in a circle and they're fine, man.
They talk about mouth breathers. Yeah. Like that's all they're doing the whole time.
Yeah. So I mean, we've probably said this on the podcast before, but like you've got the sea people and the seafood.
Yes.
I think manatees, seals, dolphins, whales, all of them, they fit into the sea people category. The ones we shouldn't
dolphins.
Eat. Yeah.
And whales.
But then, like, you know, fucking...
a crab. Like, I mean, what the fuck is a...
Crab is delicious, is what it is.
Yeah.
Delicious.
It's seafood.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, like, mollusks and crustaceans and shelled animals. So, I stepped on a snail the other day, and I felt bad, right? But then I went home and I looked up snails, and I still feel bad for crushing the snail. I feel bad every time I step on a snail.
Yeah, I always try to avoid it.
Yeah, just because I'm like, oh man, you were there, and now you're fucking dead. Just as I was walking down the sidewalk.
I didn't see you.
Yeah, like that's it. Like,
so useless.
Yeah, game over. What a pointless death.
Yeah.
So I found out that like snails shit from like the front of their shells.
Oh no.
Yeah, like they have very fascinating anatomy.
What a isn't that like a fucking octopus too? Don't they like shit out of their mouths?
Possibly. I know a snail's like dick comes out of its mouth. I think something like it's very strange how they reproduce is fascinating. They like shoot weird sperm darts into each other and shit. It's yeah.
Bro, there's so much shit in the fucking sea.
It's crazy.
Like
well, snails in general.
There's
like,
these freaky snails in this. Rather they are some of the most poisonous things in the fucking sea, but they move so slow.
Yeah.
And then these fish land on them like, ooh, algae, ooh, a reef. And then they're just turned upside down and get slowly eaten.
Right.
By a fucking snail, dog.
Yeah, man.
And by the way, if that happened to us, if we got stung, we would flip upside down too, just like the fish.
I wonder.
But they just can't eat us.
What a wonderful world like that we don't live with like megafauna. Like imagine if like you were in like a world, you know, like a video game world where you had like giant fucking ants, cockroaches, snails, you name it. It would be pretty fucking horrifying.
It's called Hawaii. They're big enough.
No,
here.
I mean like think of like an anime that you enjoy, like one of those isekai animes where it's an MMO online or some shit, and you have like a giant snail. Think Dragon Quest. Think Final Fantasy.
Wow. I just think of King Kong, bro.
It's like, well, yeah, King Kong's a good one.
Yeah,
Adrian Brody getting fucking eaten by giant ants. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like So
tell you what,
and I know they're not that big, but still. Like, there's a video of a centipede. Unless someone was really good at making, like, some animatronic shit, that was a real fucking centipede.
Yeah, they're big.
Eating a fucking snake, yo. That shit was 4 feet long.
Damn.
What the fuck? That's it. If it bites you, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with a 4-foot centipede, man? Those things eat bats. It's going to suck out your shit. It's over. It's over. You just got eaten by a fucking centipede.
Well, you know, if only we had like giant swords and magic, we could fight them.
I tell you what I have. I have the ability to not go wherever the fuck that thing is.
Australia?
Tell me where it is, and I'm not there. I don't care how beautiful that place is. That place will be beautiful long after I'm gone. I ain't going out like that, baby. Might as well tell me to fucking skydive. Just as dumb. I don't understand. And the thing, like, people are like, well, you could die going down some stairs. Well, that would be more reasonable. Because I do that shit all the time. Yeah. And I got to do it to live. I got to go up and down stairs just to get to work.
Well, wouldn't it be more interesting to get eaten by a centipede?
No, it would not.
Well, I mean, it would be horrifying. It'd be interesting for everybody else.
It would be stupid and terrifying. How do you think Grizzly Man felt when he was out there getting his calves ripped off like a chicken bone?
They probably ate him butthole first.
Wow.
Those like, bears ate him butthole first.
Before you know, bro, there were fucking pictures. You know, he had his calf, or his calf was left. All this with the quad muscle, bro. That means layer by layer. Like I was eating that chicken earlier. That thing was taking apart his raw shit, my dude. And there was nothing but a bone and like meat, like you just finished a rib. And then his calf.
Yeah.
Sorry for the graphics, people.
well, you know,
but
that's reality. Yeah, we are meat and bone.
Yeah, that's reality.
We're delicious.
He was just sitting out
delicious.
there getting shaken. Yeah, getting shaken like a just nothing. He all his dreams and all that shit right down that bear's fucking mouth and down his ass.
And that's what happens when you get caught by like a mountain lion or a
That's
wolf.
why you need to stay your human ass in human ass places.
Walk softly.
Stop
and
going
carry
to their
a big
spots.
stick.
But if you go in their house, understand you might get fucking eaten.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Texas everywhere. That's what animals are. Come in my fucking house. I'll drag you. I'll drag you on my front porch and I'm gonna rip your shit apart. You know, I'm gonna get mad and then get mad and drag them out of their house. Boy, people are amazing. Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Stay your ass home.
I gotta piss. Can we pause?
Sure.
Ka-chow. All right, and we're back, man. I tell you, I pissed out like that entire tall boy. That lasts a little while. Anyway,
it's good for that.
Yeah, man. I don't even remember what we were talking about before I had to pee.
It's okay. We pretty much wrapped that one up.
Yeah, we're about to wrap it up, I think.
Yeah. But before we do, it's my phone. That whole thing we were talking about Dave Chappelle about like people overreacting to words. Like one of the things you were telling me about that guy, how you all don't really talk anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because that was... So I had a friend, and he was friends with another friend, and I tried to make a joke, and it didn't go over well. And I pissed off somebody, and then my friend stopped being friends with me because I pissed off someone else. And that kind of sucked.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure all of my friends know. Like, I don't care if you're fucking married, especially if I knew you separately. Like, but even if I didn't and we all became like friends, I treat each friendship as its own friendship, and that person is their own person. It doesn't matter who they're with or who they fucking know. I try to do that anyway. I mean, sure we fail.
You try to be impartial.
Try to be impartial.
You try.
So if you said something to your friend, that shit's got nothing to do with me. You didn't say it to me. Yeah. I can even understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's still, first of all, it's just a mistake. People say things all the time. Why? And yeah, I feel
to get destroyed for something you said.
Take something so personal. Yeah. It's like I couldn't possibly know how that is going to affect you. I'm not in your brain, so you got to understand. Just like I'm not feeling it, how you're feeling it, bro. You know, like, but okay. Like, I don't know. People take things differently.
They certainly do.
But that whole defense of someone else, like you'll lose a friendship, over defending someone else's honor. Like that person needs you to take care of them. Like we all have our. Where are they going to be when you're asked the fuck out for real? Yeah, you know.
Where are they going to be when you're not around?
Yeah,
and trouble comes a knocking.
Yeah,
stop coddling.
Like all those people there, like you didn't have my back when I was getting my ass beat because I didn't want to go to jail too, because I didn't want dental work too.
Oh, Lord, where were you on my time?
Like, bro, I saw this lady, and I'm not proud that she got knocked the fuck out. I'm not proud that I had to walk away or anything. But this dude comes up, or these dudes come up. They're walking across the crosswalk in a red light, like they shouldn't be doing. A cab comes by, honks. They get into it with the guys inside the cab. And the guys in the cab jump out. Local dude knocks the fuck out of a white dude. I mean... straight fucking like bro, split his lip, curled like broke it off his face, smacked off the concrete. He was bleeding out of his face. Ugh. It was unbelievable. And the dude like was leg kicking, like that local dude do some shit.
Jeez.
And then so the girl, like this was the thing. You're dealing with dudes. He's all flared up. He just knocked somebody the fuck out. Yeah. And he was fighting.
He's just gonna swing wild and
well, she comes up like, why? Why did you do that? Why did you... He was like, yeah. Fucking knocked her fucking out too.
Jesus. That's just...
fucking pow. And I mean, I did the traditional...
Oh yeah. What is it about people that they're willing to do that when they see someone get seriously injured?
Because that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I was coming home from work. Now, this story can go one of two ways. How it went... The cops showed up, and then I told them what happened. Me and this other woman told them what happened, and I went on about my business. As a matter of fact, the girl that got knocked out, she got up. The dude was still fucking on when the cops got there. He was still down in the middle of Royal Hawaiian Street, bro.
Jesus.
Royal Hawaiian, I don't know whatever it's called, but he was still in the middle of the street. She got up like she was dribble, guy. She got up.
Probably gave it to her soft, that one.
No, he didn't. I saw it.
Yeah.
Bro, I slow-moed it down like 7 times in my head. It was top 10. Top 10, bro.
Maybe the dude just had a glass chin and she was made of more stern stuff, you know?
Or maybe he was just more drunk.
Maybe.
And like she went down shoulders first and he smacked off the back of his head, smacked off the concrete. But she like came down and sat next to me. She was like, I just got knocked out. Ooh, was like crying on my shoulder. While we're telling the cops, I was like, I don't know this. Do you know? I don't know. Don't turn, please. No. Please don't.
I'm not involved in this in any way. Leave me alone.
Nah, they never gave me that flavor. But they looked at me weird and I was like, I don't know. But
don't look at me.
I was just like, dude, what are you doing going up to a dude? Like, he shouldn't hit a woman. Mm-hmm. But guess what? That's on paper, yo.
Yeah.
That's on paper. And that's some part of a moral code. That doesn't give you the right.
He is a man of low honor.
That, and he's a dude that's flared the fuck up fighting.
A true gentleman would never strike a woman.
He ain't no gentleman, he's an animal.
Yeah, he
in
is.
the middle of the street, fighting somebody. You're gonna walk up to him like he's gonna be reasonable? He jumped out of a cab to fight someone. Both of your men are crazy. You should be staying away from both of them. She got cracked. So some people are like, yeah, man, I would have gone up there. I'm like, yeah. So that story ended that way because I'm not you. Because either way, that ends with me going to jail or waking up in the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
Like I'm Superman? No. I got 2 jobs, baby. I got bills to pay. You think my roommate gives a fuck that I left a bitch in the street or not? No. Where is the fucking rent?
I think it's interesting, like, oh God, where was I going with that? Oh, jeez. I completely lost my train of thought. The train left the station. I was not on it.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Choo-choo. No, it's all right. I mean, like, you know, I think reasonable, cooler heads should always prevail, but I don't know. Sometimes people do need to get... I think everybody just needs to shut the fuck up and mind their own business, really. It's like, that's all.
Yeah, there's no reason, first of all, there's no reason for you to jump out of the cab.
Yeah. You shouldn't be walking in the street when you shouldn't be walking in the street either.
This is also people that they weren't looking at the sign. They were drunk, leaving whatever bar they were leaving. And they're not from Hawaii, obviously.
Yeah.
And they looked at the light and didn't look at the sign.
Yeah.
Saw the light turn and didn't realize it was one of those things that you need to wait for the left-hand arrow to turn. You know how Royal Hawaiian is.
Yeah, I know it is.
So, and I've done that. When I first got here and started, I've done, oh shit, my bad.
But that's no reason
for you to get into it and jump out the fucking cab.
That's no reason.
On purpose.
I feel like we're missing a lot of context. Maybe those people said something to the people in the cab. You know what I mean?
Of course they did.
Yeah, they had to.
Of course they did. But I tell you exactly how it started.
No one's just going to get out and
I'll tell you exactly how it started. Because I was close enough. I was right like on the other side of Royal Hawaiian.
Yeah. And
I just turned around. I could have just kept going. But when I heard when I saw it happen and I was coming out of the street and I heard the cab honk. So I turned around and those guys went, hey! Like the guys in the back, they might have thought they knew someone. They were just drunk, having a good time, like laughing. Yeah. They were like, hey! To the people in the cab. Whatever they said, the people in the cab is what started this thing.
Okay.
Because the response from that was like, blah, blah, blah. You heard like a fuck.
Get out the road, blah, blah, blah.
Well, you're like a fuck, and then you're like a fuck you.
Yeah.
And then, so it doesn't matter. The bottom line is, like, whatever if the guys in the road said, hey, this should have been like, hey, bro, you guys are blocking the road. You just make sure you watch the signs. Mm-hmm. And then for those guys, even if they yelled at them in the cab, it should have been like, all right, okay, we're just passing through. We're just moving on. Like, it's not that fucking serious.
Yeah,
bro.
The moral of the story is don't go looking for trouble.
Don't go looking for trouble. And then even if it finds you, just fucking go home. It ain't worth it.
It never is. It's like, never worth it.
You call me a bitch? Do you know me? Like, do I know you? What is your credibility?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who are you?
You got to be at work in the morning. So do I. How about we just bookend this?
We both know that. If we're reasonable enough people, we both have fucking jobs. So who gives a flying fuck what you called me for real?
So this is a joke I've been trying to put together, and hopefully maybe some of our listeners would love to help us. I'm trying to make a joke about trans fats, as in yeah. So it's maybe the punchline is a trans fat, but the setup is something along the lines of someone who decides to stop being healthy and fit because they identify as a fat person. They become a trans fat.
Got it.
Yeah.
That could be the fucking joke, bro. If this is, I can't believe you just tried to do this shit on a fucking thing. All right, this becomes a thing. Okay.
It's I'm Lance Armstrong. I'm Lance Armstrong, and I'm fucking eating healthy, biking every day, pumping steroids in my dick. But one day I wake up, I identify as a fat person, so I guess I'm
felt this way.
Yeah, I've always felt this way on the inside. Really, I'm a world class athlete on the outside, but on the inside, I'm a 500-pound black woman. Named Shaniqua. But that's the joke. Is I guess I'm trans fat.
Oh man,
that reminds me of something. Have I ever showed you a video of like this girl who would eat mattresses?
No.
Oh, I'll show you that once we finish up.
Okay. Oh, we can do a whole thing on that. There's people that eat rocks.
It'll be. Oh my god, it's ridiculous what some people will do.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
But so back to what we were initially saying about that guy that you're still friends with, but I guess you guys just aren't talking.
Yeah, I mean it's whatever.
Well, it was that side thing like that. Some of that kind of happened to me.
Yeah.
At work one time, and this guy says this guy who was kind of a piece of shit. You know, like he was just always fucking mean. Like he was a great mattress delivery person. You know, but you know he also did those little extracurricular stuff. And if he was too high, you don't want to be around him. If he wasn't high enough, you don't want to be around him. One of those people. You know? Only the sweet spots.
Yeah.
And this was one of those days. He took one of my pieces of equipment and like switched the stickers because his was harder to get to.
Oh.
And so I went over there. I was like, "Did you just switch?" Yeah. I was like, "You're a piece of shit." And he's like, "You're a piece of shit, you fucking nigger."
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Oh."
So we're going that route.
I was like, "Well, that's a really educated comment there, buddy."
Yeah.
I was tired. It was in the morning. I didn't have much to come back with. But my friend, who was gay, big local dude, and he has a black boyfriend. So he has to defend the black honor.
Right.
And, you know, later he tells me, "Yeah, man, the last person that did that said something like that to my boyfriend. I knocked him the fuck out."
Yeah.
And, you know, well, good for you.
Hooray.
I mean, no, because it's the genuine, legitimate feelings and stuff.
Yeah, it comes from a place of love.
Yeah, but it's also what society has told you is acceptable because when you're defending this thing, no matter what the outcome might be, because there's a reality to that outcome that has nothing to do with your white knightness.
It's the idea that violence is an okay means if it's against the right person.
But your honor, you know what I mean? And and is there your honor for your tooth? You know, like what did that happen? So like defending what?
Does
like,
honor pay the medical bills?
Yeah,
Does honor pay the lawyer?
Yeah, so tell me at the end of the day, was it fucking worth it? So
yeah.
He's doing that. He's doing that thing. Like what?
But he called you a nigger, Todd.
I know. It's so painful. Why?
Oh my god!
PTSD.
He called you.
PTSD.
With a hard R, like in Tom Sawyer.
A hard R.
Oh my god! Not like
nigger Jim, bro. I felt like I was like, bro. I was having nightmares.
Felt like you were on that river right there with Tom.
I was like, swing low. I went right back there, man.
Was that Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn?
It
was Tom Sawyer. I don't know. Were those both written by Mark Twain?
Yes.
Yes?
Shit. Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry, bro.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Huckleberry and all that
Nigger Jim.
Nigger Jim. You know, leave Nigger Jim alone. He's a real boy.
He's just
that's fake written in a book.
He's just chilling. He's not bothering anybody.
You know, alone. So yeah, he calls me that. This guy gets all uppity, and then as we're talking about it, we going. I'm like, hey, calm down, man, calm down. Like it's not that big of a deal. And we go on, start doing our deliveries. Like, yeah, I beat this person up. I was like, well, I mean, but
good
what
for you.
I was like, well, like, did that accomplish anything?
Yeah.
You know, like your boyfriend, he's not a small dude. Like I know both of y'all.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
He could handle his own shit. Yeah. He probably wouldn't care.
Yeah, he could. But, yeah, so.
You wouldn't care in the first place.
That guy is an idiot.
Yeah.
You gotta let him be an idiot. Trust me. There's someone out there. There's a thing out there that's going to handle him. It doesn't have to be you.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like
time will handle him. Don't worry.
Nothing to prove. If anything, that just shows that you aren't over your own personal shit. I feel like most of it all comes back down to you. If you're reaching out, you know, you're trying to fucking.
It's because you have your own
hurt
problems that you're trying to avoid.
You have your own problems. You don't want to deal with it, so you want to help somebody else. But now it's just like you don't want to deal with what it takes to help yourself.
I think our philosophy kind of boils down to like the Siegfried, like the Sigmund Freud ideal that you all want to fuck your own mother. But for us, it's like all of your problems are actually your own problems.
Yeah.
Like it's nobody else's fault but yours. It's like the Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah.
Nobody's fault but mine.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
and it's a great goddamn song.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, I mean, and then, you know, how it ends, like this guy, I get called into the office. And I'm like, oh, bro, I already know because I don't get called into the office. You know, so I was like, oh, man, is this about yesterday? Yeah, man, I'm sorry. We got to talk about it. I was like, fuck. I was like, he called me. I was like, I can't fucking believe I have to go through this shit just because I'm fucking black.
Right.
I said that on purpose.
Wow. That's,
you know,
that's how you beat them at their own game, bro.
He was like,
you played the card.
He's like, yeah. Well, he's like, we got HR, man.
You played the race card.
I was like, okay. I was like, fine, whatever. So, I mean, they're cool.
Yeah.
And that guy, he's cool when he's not on drugs. But like, so I go up there and he was like, just tell me what happened. I was like, this happened. I was like, really? I called him a piece of shit. I was like, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It was basically the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, well, just write it down. And that's what I wrote to HR. I was like, well, if he gets in trouble, I might as well get in trouble too. I was like, and besides that, I was like, this guy's a good delivery driver.
Yeah.
Like, I was having a bad morning. He was having a bad day. I was like, he helped me become a better delivery driver. As a matter of fact, he helped me out when I first got there. I didn't have any money. He fucking took me to his place and gave me food. I'm saying he's a good dude.
Yeah.
That just said a word.
Yeah.
He knows that shit doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
He's just reaching for something because he's pissed off at the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? He didn't want to have to dig down in the fucking thing. The story is not that he's racist. It's just that we're both having a bad day.
Yeah.
So can we just chalk it up to that?
Yeah.
And what happens? They're like, well, shit, that's awesome. They go to call him in. He says, fuck y'all. He gets fired. He just came in. He would have kept his job. Such a fucking donkey.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Dude. All right. That's great.
Seriously. But the bottom line is it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
You know? Because, bro, you spend so much time doing that, bro. Don't you get tired of being racist? It takes so much energy to be mad about anything. So if I'm going to be mad, I at least want it to be for a fucking good reason, bro. And it's got to be better than you calling me a bitch or you telling me that, well, fuck your mom, I fucked your mom. But no, you didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's fucked. She hasn't even left the fucking... Trust me, you didn't fuck my mom. So what you're saying, you know, means nothing. You know, it just doesn't mean anything, dog. I gotta go to work.
All right, so bring this back around. I have two stories. Well, one's a story. One story is like... it goes back a little bit to Dave Chappelle's monologue because he was making jokes about, you know, people who don't want to wear masks. Specifically white people who don't want to wear masks. But as I've gone back to work recently, I've encountered one. So someone walks into my place of work and, you know, he's got his mask down. I said, sir, can you please, you know, put on your mask? And, you know, he's like, yeah, I'll do it. But, you know, I don't see what the point is. He's like, you know, I'm breathing in my own exhaust over here. And I'm like, well, sir, you know, there's a whole fucking... Yeah, right, yeah. That's the look I had, is like, really? You're breathing in your own exhaust? It's like this dude...
brush your fucking teeth.
Yeah, this dude looks like... he literally looks like a scraggly crackhead out of a trailer park. Like, he fits the bill, right? This guy only comes in to, like, buy, you know, like, that shit you put into your phone so you can do, like, gambling shit.
You are exhaust.
Yeah.
Put a mask on.
So yeah, he got angry about that, and then he started talking about how, like, people who look at porn every day shouldn't bitch about wearing, or, you know, shouldn't bitch about germs or some shit. And I'm just like, you know, keeping my mouth shut. I want to be like, dude, like, buy something and get lost. But, you know, it's like, dude, you're not helping. You're not helping. Just put on the fucking mask. It's the easiest fucking thing you can do to not get sick. To end all this, and then we won't have to wear the masks anymore. Just wear your fucking mask.
Beyond that,
we've been in this situation for like 6 months now.
We've reached like 10 million people already, dog. That's unbelievable. That's a decent percentage of the fucking country, bro. It's a very decent percentage.
And the last thing I wanted to go with was, I really wish that there was a slur for white people. Something that you could call a white man and they would get, you know, aghast.
You can't, because there's no context behind it.
Just there has to. I wish there was something.
Not in these modern times.
Not in this timeline. Yeah.
You know,
not in this timeline.
Maybe in a parallel one.
Fuck. Like, just anything. And I think it's funny because, like, it comes... The ironic thing is that, going back to what again, Dave Chappelle's monologue. If nobody's seen it, you should. He talks about, a lot of people on unemployment making more money than if they were working. A lot of white people who are doing that right now, right? And he brings up the irony of, the Reagan era, how Reagan would talk about how black people used to do that. And it's like, well, how the turntables?
Yeah.
It's like, well, how the turntables? And it's so funny, and nobody seems to see the irony of it all.
Yeah, why these white niggers hold us back?
Right?
But yeah. But like I was saying earlier, it makes it easier for us. Like I think how I think, and I feel like I would rather be like that regardless. But I still have been pulled over because there was a white girl in the car.
Yeah.
Like that traditional fucking,
yeah.
Hey, how's everything going? Everything's going good. And then he looks in the car. You sure? And then the girl like, what? Yes. Gee, like, wow, it's fucking 2000. It's the year 2000. Like, what the fuck? We survived. Yeah. The thing. Why are you still bothering us? And
so dumb.
So like I'm. In spite of my situation, which everyone should do, in spite of your situation, because we all have them. We can all choose to personalize them. I'm not trying to preach like I'm some shit, bro. I'm just saying it makes it a little bit easier not to get mad at that dumb shit.
Yeah,
but you can choose to. So my point is like I've been smacked in the face with that shit. So when someone says like, it was funny, like. Me and you had this conversation a long time ago, like that Trump thing was funny. I was listening to one of those reactions, and it's like this dude said like some of those white people were like his only friends. Like, oh, Dave said this thing. He's like, yeah, but I understand why he said it. First of all, in the context that he said it, but you got to understand, you're my white friend, but I'm still black. I've still been pulled over. Yeah. You know what I mean? And me and you may be able to converse, but that shit's still in my back pocket.
Yeah,
like it's still a monkey.
Yeah,
it's still
I want that to never happen, man. I want that to never happen to anybody.
But it's also something that's been used to make us feel in a certain way that we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like to put the excuse on that all the time.
Yeah.
To, like he says, like black people know how to. No, not necessarily true. Like there's a lot of black people. I'm super happy that they don't know the fucking path to Hawaii, bro. Glad I left them bitches back in Ohio, back in Atlanta, man. I don't want them out here.
Yeah.
Misrepresentation of what I think any good black person would like to be. Like, what motherfucker? We from the fuck.
Yeah.
Please no.
And it's like you can find people who are doing that. You can find that
shit here, dude.
Yeah.
Not a coolie. Yeah. Why not go from my league?
Oh, cause fuck you, bro.
Fuck you. Fuck you, bro. I fuck league.
And then they fight, and it's always fun to watch those fights because they can just smack the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's like watching two fucking
bears.
Like two bears just slam into each other. It's like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Glad that's not me.
Yeah, and it never will be, dude.
Yeah. Not in this lifetime.
So like I don't agree with that whole. I'm not saying. I mean, I'd love Dave Chappelle's skit, but like, and I know he had a context behind that too, because he's saying like, dude, everyone hates each other for all of this stuff, and it's like, and I don't hate anybody. I just hate that feeling that you have towards other people, that feeling that you make me have. That's
that
the thing
feeling
I'm fighting
of like,
against.
it's the prejudice of someone based on something that they didn't choose.
Yeah,
it's that same thing. It's racism. It's it's putting people down for their opinions.
Yeah, whether you're the receiver or the one who's doing whichever one you're projecting. Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at it and you just want peace, bro, you hate that shit.
Yeah.
For all sides.
Yeah. So in short, no matter who you are or what you believe, just shut the fuck up, smoke a joint, relax,
man.
Make fun of each other. It helps because if you can laugh, then you've already that's the thing I really believe is like if you can laugh about something, then you've already got common ground with someone. If you can laugh at each other and make fun of each other, then you're friends.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. To me, that's how it's always worked.
Yeah. And sometimes that shit comes around too. Like your homie may realize that like this shit wasn't that fucking big a deal. And if he doesn't, well, fuck him.
Fuck him.
You know?
Wow.
Trust me, you're better off without people like that in your life.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up for today's episode.
These soapboxes.
Right on. Thank you, as always, for listening, if you are listening, and I hope you are.
Oh, and feel free to comment, please, by all means. Like, give us more context.
Yeah, we are not bad people, and we like to learn. Yeah, we like to learn.
And I'd love to hear if someone has a shitty joke on me, by all means.
Alrighty.
Stuttering fool.
And we're out.
We're out.